Good afternoon, students. Previous class, I learnt about the new crops in cities and whatever they were used, the different metals, and how much they were exports, and even they were specialists in their work, and all those things we learnt in the previous class. Today's class, we are going to discuss about in search of raw materials. In search of raw materials. Of course, dear students, to do things or to produce, so they required raw materials. So if there was no raw materials, so they could not produce anything also. So they were produced something means. So how they would get all the different raw materials from where, all those things we are discussing in this class. See, raw materials are substances that are either found naturally or produced by farmers or herders. So in a different way we need to be getting. So these are the substances that are either found by naturally. You are thinking, sir, naturally how they can? Of course, there are so many things. For example, wood and different ores of metals. Understood now? The ores of different metals. So these are all actually natural raw materials. And some of the raw materials may be produced by farmers and herders. So these are then processed to produce finished goods. For example, cotton. So we know that how can we get the cotton? So it's actually produced by the farmers. When cotton produced by farmers, then we can use, by using that raw material, then we can make so many things. So here cotton produced by farmers is a raw material that may be processed to make cloth. To make cloth. How to make cotton cloth without raw materials? So this is what very important. So the raw materials are essential to produce or to make finished goods. So while some of the raw materials that the Harappans used were available locally, and then many items such as copper, tin, gold, silver, and some of the other precious stones had to be brought from distant places also. That shows that the Harappan people, so they were connected with the other distant land and regions also, even inland or with the foreign countries also. See, they were used some of the locally available the raw materials to produce finished goods, and also they were brought some of the other such as copper, tin, gold, silver, and the precious stones. They were brought from distant places also. See, the Harappans probably got copper from present day Rajasthan. So they were brought actually copper from present day Rajasthan. And sometimes even, so they were brought the copper from Oman, which was located in West Asia. So Oman is one of the country name which was located in West Asia. See, this shows that even out of our subcontinent also, even the different part of the Asia and some of the other places also, so they were communicated. That means they were maintained the good relationship, maybe exchanging goods with others, and so on. So things, the trade and commerce may between the Harappan people and the other distant land peoples also. See, here the next one, the important metal that is about tin. See, tin, it was actually mixed with the copper to produce bronze. We know that when, how can we get the bronze now? So, if suppose, if the copper, it was mixed with tin, or tin, it was mixed with the copper that produce bronze. So this may have been brought from present day Afghanistan and Iran. So they were brought this tin from present day Afghanistan and Iran. Getting now. And we know that the one more precious metal, which one are very costliest, that is gold. So, gold could have come all the way from present day Karnataka. They were actually, they could have gold from present day Karnataka. And the precious stones. So these stones they were brought from present day Gujarat, Iran and Afghanistan. Gujarat, Iran and Afghanistan. See, in this way, dear students, so they were brought the raw materials to produce finished goods from distant places, Even some of the, so we also know that already I told that the raw materials or substances that are either found naturally or it may be produced by farmers or herders also. So here, some of the raw materials which were available in the locality, they were used and which they were not getting. So those, the raw materials, especially the different kinds of metals were brought by the different places also. So probably they got copper from present day Rajasthan and Oman, which was located or situated in West Asia, and tin from Afghanistan and Iran, and gold from present day Pakistan, Karnataka, and the precious stones from Gujarat, Iran and Afghanistan. So here the one more the important remarkable thing that is about this shows that the Harappan peoples, they may have the good relationship with all these distant places. There we can observe that the trade and commerce between these different countries. So these were actually gives a lot of information. If they are brought those goods from or those materials from other places, that was very clear that so the Harappan people, they were closely connected with all those the different distant place people, with the traders, through their commerce and whatever they were exchanging, maybe the items and the trade taken place during that time. Now let us discuss about food for people in the cities. How they were managed food for people, especially those who are settled in the towns and cities. See, many people lived in the cities. So others live in the countryside. So they were grew crops and reared animals. But it's too difficult for city people, those who cannot grow and those who are cannot, unable to rear the different animals in towns and cities. See, the farmers and herders supplied food to craft persons, scribes, and rulers in the cities. Of course, dear students, the farmers and herders, so they were supplied food to towns and cities, especially those who are not involving in these activities, rearing animals or growing crops. So they were all received their food from the farmers and herders, especially craft persons, scribes, and rulers in the cities. So you know, from remains of plants that the Harappans grew, the different what at present days what we are using, the same food types they were using. So we came to know that by getting the remains of plants, we can understand that the Harappan peoples, so they were grew wheat, barley, pulses, peas, and rice, sesame, and linseed and mustard. So how can we know, how can we get, so those people, they were actually grew up all these the crops. So by studying in those cities the remains of the plants, so we can, the archaeologists and scholars, so they were found the remains of plants in those sites, and based on that the archaeologists and scholars, so they were decided and they were cleared about the Harappan peoples. They were grew these different food crops, especially wheat, barley, pulses, peas, rice, sesame, linseed, and mustard. And the Harappan people in their agriculture, they were used a new tool, the plow. The new tool, that is plow. ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ನೇಗಿಲು ಅಂತ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ನೇಗಿಲನ್ನು ಸಹ ಅವರು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋ ಸಂಗತಿ ಸಹ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಸೊ ದ ಪ್ಲೋ, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಟು ಡಿಗ್ ದ earth for turning the soil and planting seeds. We know that because even till today we are using the same plow in our agricultural field. So while real plows, which were probably made of wood, have not survived toy models have been found. So there were the models of these plows that which were used as toys, they were found, because those which were made up of wood, they have not survived for long times. But by studying the models of the plow of toys, we can, because there were so many toy models have been found in the Harappan sites. See, at this region does not receive heavy rainfall. So the Harappan cities, so those regions does not receive heavy rainfall, and some form of irrigation may be used, have been used. That shows that because the water resources, it is one of the main essential for agricultural activities. But these regions does not receive heavy rainfall. So some form of irrigation may have been used in these Harappan sites. So this means that water was stored and supplied to the fields when the plants were growing. So they knows that they were stored the water, and whenever they were required, so they were used the water resources in the agricultural activities. And also, dear students, the Harappans reared the different animals also. So the Harappans are reared especially cattle. So these were the reared animals by Harappan peoples, especially cattle and sheep, goat, sheep, goat and buffalo. See, these were some of the important animals which were reared by Harappan peoples during the time, such as cattle, sheep, goat and buffaloes. So these were the animals which were actually reared by Harappans. Water and pastures were available around settlements. So this is what one of the remarkable thing which was founded by the archaeologists. So water and pastures. So they were available around settlements. So however, in the dry summer months, large herds of animals were probably taken to greater distances in search of grass and water. Because during the summer vacation, I mean in the summer season, not in the vacation, so don't mind. So during the summer months, so it's too difficult to get the water resources and also the fodder for their animals. So during the summer months, the Harappan peoples, so they were goes to greater distances to feed their animals, so in search of grass and water. And also they were collected fruits like bear and caught fish and hunted wild animals like the antelope. So these were all about the food habits of Harappan people. So Harappan people, they were grew all these different plants such as wheat, barley, pulses, peas, rice, sesame, linseed and mustard. And also they were used in their agricultural activities, the plough, and they were stored the water also, I mean, in the agricultural field, they were used the different irrigation system, and also they were reared the different animals such as cattle, sheep, goat, and buffalo. And sometimes, especially during summer months, so they were actually with their herds of animals were probably taken to greater distances in search of grass and water. So they were collected fruits like bear, and even they were caught fish also, and they were hunted wild animals like the antelope. So these were all actually there's about the food. What purpose? For food purpose, and then to get utilized in a different way. I hope, dear students, so you understood this one. Now let us discuss about Harappan towns in Gujarat. Harappan towns Harappan towns in Gujarat. See, the city of Dholavira, the city of Dholvir or Dholavira, so it was located on Khadir Bet. It was located on Khadir. So the Dholavira, which was one of the oldest Harappan site or city, which was located on Khadir Bet. Okay. So where it was? It is in the Run of Kutch. Run of Kutch. Where is it? So it is in the present Gujarat state. So where there was fresh water and fertile soil. So this area is there now. It is actually it has the fresh. So there was a fresh water and fertile soil. So unlike some of the other Harappan cities, so which were divided into two parts. So we studied the most of the Harappan towns were divided into two parts, the citadel, upper part and then lower part. But Dholavira, it was divided into three parts. Dholavira, it was divided into three parts, and each part was surrounded with massive stone walls. So this you have to observe. It is very different from the other Harappan cities. What we have studied in the previous sessions, the most of the Harappan cities were divided into two parts, but Dholavira, it was divided into three parts, and each part was surrounded with massive stone walls with entrances through gateways. So they completely surrounded with the stone walls, and there was entrances through gateways. So there was also a large open area in the settlement. Open area. So maybe the open area was used for the public ceremonies. Whatever they were conducted, mosque, the public ceremonies may be, so they were conducted in this open space. So other finds include large letters of the Harappan scripts that were carved out of white stone and perhaps inlaid in wood. So there was some of the scribes which was carved out of white stones also. So this is a unique find, as generally Harappan writing has been found on small objects such as seals. What we are using nowadays, you may called as a sikka. So like that, so they were used the seals, some of the small objects. So this is about one of the Harappan towns, so which was located in present Gujarat state, which used to called as the Dhalavira, which was located on Kadir bench of in the rank of Kutch or in the present day Gujarat. And the next class we are going to discuss about the another one city, that is about Lothal. Thank you. Have a nice day.